No.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight we are playing some Pathfinder 2E, and we have more than 26 spells. So,
It's a very specific comment.
I was gonna
It
say
is.
that exactly. That's so specific.
it's a very specific comment. But, before we get started, a few announcements. Here they are, other shows on the channel. We got Friday, Astral Calling, D&D 5e. Our crew just escaped the planet on a new ship. The planet's phased out and the sun behind them's going supernova. Come and find out what happens next.
It's a lot.
Dang.
I
I'm
mean,
driving the ship and I'm gay. I'm not a very good driver.
The risk I took was
Cooper and Abby know
calculated.
exactly what I'm talking about.
then, on Saturday, we don't have anything this week. We'll be back with our new Civ game next week. Because Matt and I are going to Squishy's party. In my planner, I had Squishy's party earlier in the afternoon. So I thought that would be over before stream.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's on me. Then on Sunday, Stardew Sunday Extended. Come watch me play Stardew Valley Extended Mod version. It's relaxing, it's cozy. I fish, I mine, I farm. We just have like a general relaxing and aesthetic time. Come and chat with me and watch me swear as I play Junimo Kart, trying to beat that arcade game. Then on Monday, Strength of Thousands AP. Matt runs that. Say hi, Matt.
We're gonna be. Hi everyone. We're journeying through a Cyclops run prison. They've started with the Cyclops who runs the prison, who is
Running
dragging the
with
fight
boss.
out by like, I'm just gonna negate like 75% of your spells.
Yep.
Thankfully, Gamma won't be negated
But-
if he goes into that area.
Yep.
I looked
To improve McKenna's mood, I'm gonna let you know something, McKenna.
McKenna's so sad.
Get past this, and there's going to be some delightfully unexpected lore crumbs and treats.
Oh, I do love a little lore crumb.
I hope you have
Assuming
notes.
this Cyclops. Oh, you hope I have notes?
No,
You-
not notes. I hope you have notes from a while before you left the school. There's going to be a very specific name that I'm going to be watching you guys incredibly intently if you remember something.
Okay,
Names
all right.
And now you're going to be wondering about that all weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Then, of course, those are all of our major programming announcements. YouTube is fully caught up for the Astral Calling, so if you want to get caught up on that show, go watch that. And we have thumbnails now, so, you know, go show it some love. Thumbnail design is hard. Then,
Yeah.
introductions of cast members. Half of our current TikTok beef, we have Abby of Abby's World on stage.
So, I got dead dogs. That's my brand now. If you saw the TikTok, you would know.
I saw it.
I
know
did.
exactly what TikTok you're talking about, and I died laughing, but I also felt a little bad.
Yeah, same.
If you guys don't laugh about it, I would start crying about it.
That's fair. Well, I did
I
laugh. I
understand.
did laugh.
I
Yay.
laugh. In a very like dark humor sense. And then the other half of our TikTok beef, and the person responsible for the lovely artwork you see on the channel, you have McKenna.
Uh-oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm McKenna Ray Tynan of McKenna Ray Art on all the socials. Just posted a brand new TikTok if you want to watch that during the intro. It's real short, and Pepper's in it.
Aw.
Baby.
I play Nimbus Evangelina Malthea Saint Altair and her little baby pet, Merle.
And I promise that regardless of my current opinion of owls, I will not take that out on Merle at all.
You better not.
Saw that post.
Y'all, they've been keeping me up at night. Goddamn owls. But speaking of someone who I would never curse, Cooper!
Fuck you.
I mean, I'm like a few $1,000 plane ticket away for that, Cooper.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah.
I've done stupider.
we are full of gas tonight.
Cooper-
People went to the
Cooper over
station.
us.
They got a bag of chips. They got a 2-liter. They got a tank full of gas.
Cooper overestimated my intelligence. But
Lordy.
Say hi, Cooper. You're playing Lynx tonight, right?
Howdy, I'm playing Lynx tonight.
What if he said
R.I.P.
no?
that pussy, yeah.
Well, then I would just pull up one of the many backup level 20 NPCs in case of character death that I have ready.
Oof.
But
Honestly,
of,
surprised this character is alive.
but speaking of character death, one of 2 people to kill my character in a PF2 game, Matthew, playing Garl tonight.
I don't know how to balance encounters in my homebrew
I thought
games.
that was
I
a good
burned.
transition.
Yeah, I burnt characters, or bludgeoned and burnt Will's character to death.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was the one time I was playing an unoptimized character in PF2. I will never do it again. But Matt's playing Garl. Matt's responsible for the overlays here on the channel for their tabletop RPG shows, as well as the lovely and fabulous animated intros that y'all are going to see very shortly. But now we've done cast introductions and character introductions. Time for a shameless plug. Not for me, but for something that I really liked. I bought a D&D supplement off of DM's Guild the other day. It's an adventure path that I think is very interesting. It's the first adventure in it. It is a set of adventures called Justice for Netherwinter. It's a series of Dungeons & Dragons 5e adventures exploring themes of activism and social justice. The first adventure, Union Strike, sees you forming a trade union to battle worker exploitation in Neverwinter.
Jeez.
You can find that adventure path on DM's Guild. It's really good. I have nothing to do with it. I just really like it and want to signal boost it. So
That's the
I'm
best
just-
kind of promo.
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly picturing the meme of the Scooby Gang pulling the hood off the character, and underneath it was just capitalism.
but
The whole time.
Speaking of capitalism, something that helps us out here a lot, not capitalism, but something that helps us get through it, is you all, our audience. If you can do us a huge favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like, a subscription. If you're watching this on Twitch, give us a follow if you haven't already. A frog will hop around the screen. And if you feel so inclined and have an Amazon Prime subscription at the ready, if you'd feel so kind to use your Prime subscription for us, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us continue doing what we do here, which is continue to play tabletop RPGs together. And episode 114, that is 114 episodes. That is 228 hours of us playing, roughly, Pathfinder 2e together.
Give us
Yeah.
money.
I don't know how many hours there are in a year. There is...
Not enough.
There's 525,600 minutes. Yeah.
Divide that by 60.
I'm
So
too
we've
lazy
done, like,
to.
30
You think I can do math?
I mean, we're playing a math hammer,
We've
essentially.
done 39% of a year with this campaign. We've played this campaign for 39% of a year.
So a third,
Wow.
almost.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? But anyway, intro time. Watch McKenna's
Yeah.
TikTok, and we'll be right there into the show. Last time on the League of Amazing Adventurers, our party decided how they're going to kill a god, also known as the Lord of Light, also known as Abby's character's Cassandra's ex.
Oopsie doopsie.
You gotta love it when the crazy X comes back. But luckily for Garl, there's only one crazy X that must be defeated.
Carl doesn't get that reference because cinema does not exist in this world.
Not yet, but it will in campaign 2.
Either do Manic Pixie Dream Girls, and please don't bring those
Personally,
into
I'm
this.
still thinking about Fantasy Olive Garden.
Oh,
Oh, we
Agreed.
still have. That's the epilogue.
I will let you
The-
make it.
I will go fight a
The
mystical Leshy.
campaign epilogue.
Yes, I'm gonna go fight a mythic level like Leshy God to get a never-ending supply of garlic for the garlic bread.
I love that.
Yes.
God, I want some garlic bread right now.
Hi, Pepper.
Every day of my life.
Why do I love carbs so much?
But
It's a way of life.
in addition to that, our party decided that they were going to do some time travel to try to figure out why Cassandra has been repeatedly shunted back into the past for short periods of time, as well as to possibly collect some information on the Lord of Light before they ascended, and maybe even find a way to power up that rune that Lynx had in the past. I just see Pepper playing.
She's not.
She's just a baby.
She's an icon.
She's not playing. She's just like staring at the wall,
I
or
love
sometimes
it.
Yeah.
directly into the light. And I'm
She
like,
does that.
Pepper, that's not good for you, babe. Here, come here. There we go.
The little tail retreat. Oh, I love
I'm
Pepper.
so sorry. I don't mean to be this
No.
distracting.
No,
It's
be
all
sorry if
good.
she's not doing it.
This is also like partially a Pepper stream.
Aw.
But yeah,
Especially
Not
about
wrong.
this.
I
We
think
should sell
that
T-shirts of Pepper.
we could add them to like the dice bags. We could add Pepper to the dice bag, like a little embroidery Pepper.
Monetize the baby.
She's staring into a lamp and rolling a dice with her foot.
Yeah. But speaking of staring into a lamp and rolling dice with your foot, I don't think I missed anything that happened last week, right?
He's so large.
Yeah, I don't
She
think I
is
missed
very
anything crazy. So we are picking up right where we left up. You are currently in the archives of Nethys.
How laggy is it tonight?
It's it takes about 5 minutes for a book to appear on the shelf. They're getting new servers.
No shades to archives. They are a victim of their own success.
Yes.
Oh, it
For
only
Yeah.
crashed 5
For
times.
some reason, Archives has been running a little bit slow. I wonder if it's because of all the new people looking up Pathfinder 2e.
Like, I mean, it was running slow before all of that.
Yeah,
They're upgrading their servers. Archives is great. We thank you for all the work you do. It's a very wonderful resource. But in all seriousness, we're picking up right there. You guys are in the archive. You've been given this time traveling ritual. So I don't know if you have any preparations that you want to do before it, or if you want to, get right into the time travel. But
I should probably. Do we still have like those disguise hats on us and stuff? Because
I have a
Cassandra looks a
couple.
little dead, and if she's going to like confront her her ex, she probably should look as she did when they were.
Well, how likely is it that your ex has some sort of true sight, illusion dispelling ability? Would it not be easier to maybe put on some makeup and maybe dye your hair?
That's true. Like I've noticed this fancy magic people can see through all sorts of illusions and spells. They can't see through things like mud.
Yes, that's true.
My old
Is there-
enemy, Mud.
Is there
I
any
mean, it's my
temporary
old
hair dye in
ally.
the library?
I once
I mean,
stuck
we
up on a
can
giant
leave the-
scorpion because I was covered in mud and
I
nothing
believe that.
else.
Oh,
What a interesting visual, Garl.
Things are wild in the wastes, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but I'm sure the corner store might have something, or maybe the salon might have like a temporary.
Yeah.
dye.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm sure Gwendolyn might be able to help you.
To the salon.
To the salon.
To the salon. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just Gwendolyn's face.
Stop. I love that actually.
As people are going to the salon, I do have a question.
I have an answer.
Out of all our friends and people we know well that Garl has met, not including the player group here, who is amongst them would be the most knowledgeable about magic?
technically speaking, if I'm going entirely off of like NPCs, McKenna's father, like Nimbus's father.
All right,
Not Aranari.
hold on. That are
Aranari-
accessible.
Aranari's-
Well,
Aranari is not accessible right now.
is the dad accessible?
Yeah, he's in Brighthall, and technically, Garl, you do know him.
Yeah, Nim, is your dad accessible?
If I wanted an accessible
If
dad,
I can't,
I would just
if
go
the
to
mom's
gym.
not available,
You're married.
We're in a mood tonight.
I mean,
Sure.
they just haven't caught up to the paperwork apparently. But no,
Yeah.
if the lady is going to the salon,
Mhm.
I'm gonna Garl is gonna go look for Nim's dad.
All right. You know where their estate is. You knock on the door. The new butler that works there opens it. They are a fleshy
Aw.
with a like tight multi-gored braid that goes like up, so it's like a stacked pumpkin type of thing, with like vines
Cute.
with smaller pumpkins.
Garl is remembering a pumpkin soup that Cassandra made, and like, go eat the butler.
Garl, welcome to the estate. I will show you to our lord's study. Please follow me.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I've possibly forgotten your name.
Oh
That
no,
happens a lot.
we have not met yet. I, using a spell, gained a fair amount of memory and the knowledge of the people in my lord's circle, so that I could better welcome them.
Oh, neat.
Yes, I am.
Your family does love memory transference, don't they, Nim?
Interesting.
You guys are in the salon.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
I am Plumsky. It is a pleasure to meet you,
Plumsky.
Plumsky.
Garl spends the entire time walking to the room she's being led to, trying to spell that name out and write it in her little book.
Yeah, it's a Plumpski.
All right, Matt is confused by that now.
Plumsky.
Anyway,
Yeah, this pumpkin lushy just leads you through the house up to the study. Knocks. Sir, Lady Garl is here to see you. Oh, yes, come in. Door opens, and there is Nimbus's father sitting behind their desk. They apparently have like a number of books that they have open. They're appearing to be doing some interesting magical theory work.
hello, Nim's dad. I'm sorry for intruding. Trying to remember how you say these polite things. I just had a bit of maybe a couple of questions I wanted to ask about magic, and I wanted to ask you about them.
Closes books.
If you have the time.
Stands up. Oh, of course. I always have time for you, Garl. Come, have a seat. Relax.
Wow.
Thank you. Girl
would you like
turns
some
on
snacks,
the jazz
some tea?
music? No.
Some snacks,
sorry?
some tea.
Snacks would be
Yes.
very nice. Thank you.
Plumsky does an excellent sort of pumpkin tart, and in like 3 minutes.
Garl is uncomfortable.
What the fuck, Dad?
Nice.
Oh, Plumsky makes an excellent pumpkin tart. Very good. Anyway,
The phrasing of that is like, yeah, it's like we turn him into a food and eat him occasionally, but he always grows back.
Yummy.
there is like one less gourd on the top when he comes back.
Oh, I don't care for that. I don't care for that at all.
Don't worry, I won't tell you anything about this. Ignorance will be your shield.
But in all seriousness, so magical questions, Garl. What you got for me? Simple magical theory, effects of your crystals on magic. I've actually been working on a little bit of something with that. What do you need?
Oh yeah, Garl actually knew Nim's dad back in the day. I always forget that. Well, I have a very specific question, actually. And Gar reaches into the small arsenal of things she just carries on her back at all times. And Garl pulls out the Staff of the Magi that she pulled off that dragon wizard ages ago.
That was a while ago.
His mouth just drops open. Like, Garl,
Now,
that is very powerful. Garl, do you mind if I just put that on the table? Be very careful you do
Was
not.
this the fire wizard staff?
Yeah,
Well, this is Staff of the Magi specifically.
It's what he had, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I noticed in my
Just
inventory I have bottled ashes of Evocation Mage.
put it very carefully on the table, Garl. You do not want this staff to break.
Funny you should mention that. I specifically came here today actually to ask you if you could possibly make it more explosive when I break it. You see, there is possibly a big old fight coming up. And I care deeply for your daughter, for Cassandra, for Lynx, and if it becomes necessary, I want something in my pocket that, with a quick old snickety snap, I can maybe blow someone's head up by wrapping the staff around their neck, snapping it, and blowing them the heck up.
Garl, you know that that would also cause you to take that similar amount of damage, yes?
Can we hold on? Carl struggles to remember this word. Can we speak in confidence, Nim's dad?
It would depend on the situation. Like Garl, if you are going to do something that will put yourself into mortal danger, I feel like if not. If that's something you don't want to talk to me about, and he goes into his desk, pulls out a paper, he writes down some information on it. This is a person I've been talking with since my wife
Oh God,
left me.
Damn it!
Just
No,
slide
girls
in
not
this
going to
paper.
therapy. Real life, go to therapy. Characters in games, much more interesting not to go to therapy.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Just because
Garl,
you're right doesn't mean you should say it.
Garl specifically gets up actually from the chair, walks over, and locks the door. And returns to the seat and puts her hands in her lap. Just so this conversation can continue without need to explain things, I'm going to reveal. Oh,
He just holds up his hand. If you wish to speak in confidence, then give me a moment. And he goes and he sets up these small candles around you. Lights them, begins doing a short magical ritual.
I'm not sure.
This will prevent scrying and such other things as people listening in to us, Garl.
Sorry, I usually have a different reaction to candles. So
if this is something that you do not want Nimbus to know about specifically, she does have a habit of listening into things, so I find it best to do this.
Not.
oh,
Name
dish.
One time.
One time too many. I appreciate the candles.
So go ahead, Garl. What earth-shattering news do you have to tell me?
Well, just to put all the teeth on the table, I am dying, so to speak. The crystals in my bod are slowly spreading. They're causing me daily pains. I can't see out of one eye now. It's just a lump of rock in my face. And I would rather not force my friends and Cassandra specifically to see me turn into a rock, if that's what's going to happen exactly. So if I am going to go, I would like to go in a way that would be memorable, for one thing, but also might keep my friends safe. And I think this boomstick is possibly. It's not going to be the first knife in the bag. I have faith in my friends and our power to kick some ass. But if things get bad, and this is possibly a big fight, I know I can probably speak for you. There wouldn't be much that you wouldn't do to keep Nim safe, and I feel the same about all of them.
Garl, please do not make the same mistake that I did.
Did you blow yourself up? You look good.
It is sealing yourself away from your loved ones before something terrible can happen is not, as I learned, the right way to go about things.
Oh, I'm not stealing myself away from people. You should see the shopping list I've got for me and Cassandra after this. We're gonna have a nice meal. There might be a chocolate fondue, if I'm remembering that correctly.
You're doing correct.
Wiggles eyebrows.
I am committed to living what life I have left to the fullest with my friends and those I care about a great deal.
That being said, Garl, to put it quite frankly, I cannot advance this magical item. It is a relic in itself. I cannot make it explode stronger. The most that I could do, and he walks over to it and just kind of like puts their hand over it. Yes, it's missing a few of its charges. I could resupply it with those, so I could be used to its full power, but...
And I should say I didn't hold out much hope for this possibility necessary, but if you can't make the stick bigger boom, I don't know, can you give me something that would, zap me away or something? Like I'm perfectly willing to try and escape from my own explosion if possible, but it's not a deal breaker.
You see him run back to his book, and he starts like opening it and just madly flicking through it. Give me a
Nibbles
moment.
at the snacks.
Give me but a moment, Garl. I need to look at something up quickly.
If it would help you concentrate, I can always come back tomorrow.
Oh no, please. Remain here. This shouldn't take too long. And as they are doing that, we're going to jump over to the salon group.
Important point of clarification. Which group did Lynx go with?
Lynx has been in the room the whole time, just like,
Oh, Garl, you're dying?
Is Lynx with us at the salon?
I don't really see where else he could have gone, honestly. There's nothing else to prepare.
That's fair.
I don't know how involved he'll be.
Would you like a pedicure, Lynx?
Perhaps Lynx will be there with cucumbers over his eyes.
I mean, working in the lab probably does heck to your nails and stuff, so
It's all the acid burns.
I do like
Lynx
the
have
idea though.
fingerprints.
I do like the idea though of Lynx being on the side of Garl where her bad eye is, so he was just standing there the entire time. He thought that she knew he was there.
Okay, but
Lynx just-
wait. I'm like hung up on Lynx not having fingerprints.
What if you got a cuticle treatment?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's pain.
Does Lynx have cuticles?
That'd be so painful.
Oh,
I will say the salon is like a spa and salon, so they have like a chair, they have like a hairdresser, a gnomish hairdresser.
what's the equivalent of a Swedish masseuse?
It's someone who
A masseuse with pants on.
yeah, just pants, only like the leather
Assume I
pants.
have contacted Gwendolyn and Alessandra to be like, we're going to the salon if you'd like to join us.
Gwendolyn was there already.
This is how we're handling the approach of a dangerous god entity.
I think Gwendolyn goes to the salon under like highly private, secured circumstances because no one can know that she gets her roots touched up and that she's not a natural blonde.
Gwendolyn! Gwendolyn, natural blonde?
Miss Buka.
I was when I was younger, Cassandra, but people age, their hair darkens, or in your case, it goes completely bleach white. Although I suppose, well, actually, mine probably should have done that too, shouldn't have it? Oh well.
I think your blonde looks lovely just the way it is.
Thank you. I assume that the bleachness of Cassandra's hair is due to, death.
Little bit. Actually, I used to look like this. And she holds up like her little portrait of her when she was Corellia with like, she got deep brown hair, like rosy cheeks and all that. She's like, I need to look like this again.
When I was a young girl.
Oh, well, the ladies here are amazing at makeup work.
Perfect. And none of it can be magical.
No, why would you use magical when you can use practical makeup for this thing?
Exactly.
I mean, a little foundation, some blush, some rouge, some lipstick, some lip gloss, some eyeliner, some mascara, some
Uh-huh.
eyeshadow, and you're set.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
falsies.
Oh yeah,
So I'm just like,
good.
the words, yes.
You're certainly saying things, ain't you?
Nim's like hair talk, the shop talk that you do while you're in a salon is just like her detailing like, oh yes, we found this, time rewinding ritual so that we can go back in time and hopefully find the exact information we need to kill a god. We will possibly have to seduce Ragnathar in the process. Like, it's all very casually.
Alessandra's just sitting there. It's like, so you're going to seduce someone who became a god by committing genocide.
Oh,
The
not
fucking
me,
nail tech is
Cassandra,
just
that's
sitting
why
there
we're
like,
here.
well.
Ah, fair enough.
It's not
Right,
the
a
weirdest thing
sandwich.
I've heard.
But I am going back in time, and hopefully I will not mess anything up too badly.
I mean, and Alessandra just kind of looks at Cassandra. I mean, like, it's not like you can really affect your own, like, family tree all that much. It's just continuing to look at Cassandra, looks back at Nimbus.
Can't I though?
I mean, you could, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's my fear as well. Is that I don't think I'm going to do anything that could affect my current life, but if I do, I am going to be very put out because I like my current life quite a lot.
Gwendolyn pipes up and says, well, I mean, technically speaking, any sort of time travel can affect the past and future in ways that is unrenounced. Like, for example, you could go and you could kick a rock, and that rock being kicked could have drastic consequences for the future, creating a sort of butterfly effect.
I know. It is consuming my every waking thought, which is why I am getting a cuticle treatment. Nimbus sits in a chair and has all of the anxieties pampered away, hopefully.
Fair enough. Link says that. Cassandra's getting that done. Whilst you're there, Alessandra is just going to speak up a little bit. Well, so if what we know is true, then you would be arriving before the creation of my former patron.
Yes.
Would this change too much? Nimbus,
What's your
how much of a risk are you willing to take here?
Depends on the reward. Also, yes, Pepper is purring directly into the microphone.
I love
And
it.
the little
It's
hand
so
reaching
comforting.
I'm just gonna close my eyes for a bit, guys.
Oh.
She's so chill. My cat, like, back home would have eaten my face by now.
She is not chill. She's needy. There's a difference.
It's true. They are very different
She's-
things.
She is unchill in a very specific way, and she is looking around like maybe it's time to be put down. Is it time for no more
Downsies.
Downsies? There we go, baby.
Immediately goes back to sitting in front of the light.
Yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Frankly, I think that's why she sits in front of the light, is because she knows I'm gonna like snap my
Give her
fingers and
attention,
like
yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
I
they're
think
smart
I think
critters.
she's learned that that's how to get my attention.
During this time slot.
It's
Yeah,
literally
no,
like every
seriously.
single morning, maybe TMI, but every morning whenever I go to poop, she just follows me in there. And she knows that if she starts to mess with like our bathroom rug, she will in fact get attention.
I love animals.
You're a little booger.
They're learning.
She's just a little critter, and that little critter is a goddamn menace.
But anyway, Alessandra, you were saying what specifically did you want us to try to change?
I mean, I wouldn't think of, like, changing anything, but, like, currently, the biggest issue that I have is that her realm is currently unanchored. That's our issue my biggest issue with being able to go there and freeing whatever fragments of soul she had left. If we could perhaps, bless you, Lynx.
Thanks.
I realize these creams are quite much sometimes. If we could perhaps forge, or not even forge, I have what we would need for it. If we could somehow place an anchor into her area during that time period, right near her creation, I could retain access to it now by using it. And if it's been there since it was created for her, she would never be the wiser. She wouldn't look past it.
An anchor.
Yes, a simple rune stone, and you see her kind of reaching into a bag of holding and fluttering out like some magic stuff, and she starts basically working on something in the middle of the salon, carving like this like little rune stone, putting some like gem dust into it.
Hand me that nail file. I need to make a quick carving.
But something as simple as this, and she just kind of like tosses you the rune.
So what? Just leave it in Corellia's study and hope.
Well, yes, it should. If Corellia's created like that through like that essence and magical power, this would anchor it to her. This would basically become like a locator that we could use to find it.
Interesting.
I mean, it would
So
be a
less
risk,
of
but because it would change something about the past objectively.
what if I just picked something that is already in Corellia's study that might actually, why haven't we just done discern location on, say, like any of the objects we saw in her hut? Wouldn't that work
we
if it's
just-
a location issue?
I mean, we haven't. It's located in extraplanar space, though. That's my fear. Would discern location be able to guide us there?
Sorry, I think I'm cutting out. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Meep, meep,
Hello?
meep.
Welcome
We can
back.
hear you.
Hi. Okay. I couldn't hear anything you said after I stopped talking.
If discern location can locate it in an extraplanar space, it could work.
Oh, now she's frozen, I think. Oh, nope.
And I would learn its exact location, including the building, community, country, and plane of existence. The range is unlimited.
Yeah, so then that would totally work. Why haven't we used that?
I was under the impression that we would have trouble. I was under the impression that we needed some form of tuning fork
Well, I mean, to planar
for
travel
the plane
there.
shifting.
Yes, we would
But,
need that. But, and because Alessandra goes back into her bag and pulls it out again, and then she like takes out like this like silver rod. I mean, technically speaking, if you're going to the beginning of it, you could just attune it in the past and it would still fit.
What would I need to do that?
Simply siphon some arcane energy off of her. And she just kind of like hands you this like.
And how would I
silver
do
rod.
that?
Mechanically,
Take it?
McKenna, it would just be an Arcana check.
Oh, just an Arcana check.
Yeah, just an Arcana check. Just a happy
And
little
what would the
Arcana check.
consequences be if I failed that check?
You don't know.
Something mysterious.
To heck.
Oh, I'll do my best.
It'll be magical.
It'll be magical. Teehee.
Right. But as you all continue to get pampered, we'll jump back to Garl.
So the best thing about Cassandra is, Carl, I'm trying to work.
No, Garl, I think I found it. So, technically
okay.
speaking, when the Lord of Light, if they were to appear and you want to use this strategy, we could do it with a spell known as Contingency.
I mean, I know what that means, but in case your Pumpkin Butler comes back and doesn't know, maybe you should
Yeah, so,
explain it out loud.
Contingency is a spell, Garl. Think of it as, you know how sometimes, Garl, you put something in the fridge that you want to eat later in the day?
Yes,
It's
the
like
fridge.
It's like doing that, but with magic.
Oh, you mean like when I bury something in the ground?
Yes, when you
Okay.
bury something into the ground, and you go and get it back later. But we would do that, except instead of you having to go back later, we would set the conditions to be when you did X, the spell would trigger. So, for example, we could cast a contingency spell on you that said when you broke the staff of the Magi, you would be dimension doored away out of the area.
But how long would said spell last?
A day.
Could you put it on one of those magic sticks? A wand?
Not easily.
Hmm.
I'm more than happy to cast that spell for you.
Well, I'd hate to have to run back here and if we're about to go fight something like, wait, I gotta go see Nim's dad. People might talk.
Wiggles eyebrows.
Why would they? Anyway. But that's one option for us, Carl. That would probably be the best one. Otherwise, I'm going to just tell you honestly now. I'm going to break our word. I will not inform Nimbus, Lynx, or any of them, or Cassandra, but I feel as though it's something that Rosemine and the others can help with. Maybe we can find a solution. Stop the crystals from overtaking you. Treladar is Treladar is responsible for your current affliction. There's no reason why we couldn't be the solution for it.
I mean, I would really like that. Would you be able, before it becomes practical, if it's still in the theoretical, could you refer to me by a different name so I could keep a monochrome of privacy? Monochrome, where did that word come from?
Yes, I can do that. Perhaps Darrow.
Well, that would be very nice.
All right, I will do that. I'm going to go then and get started on that.
Well, thank you for your time and the snacks. It was nice to see you. Say hi to your family. I was gonna.
As you're like heading out, he puts his hand just like on Garl's shoulder. I'm not going to lose another friend, Carl. Besides,
Hey.
I'm studied in magic. I can bend reality over my knee if I have to.
Garl kind of brings him in like a one-armed sort of like hug to her side, and he kind of puts her chin on his head. Even if something happens to me, you wouldn't lose a friend.
Oh.
Friends aren't that fragile.
Just confusion. Just like confusion.
I thought I was being deep.
That
Okay.
sounds wholesome, but it's actually kind of mean.
It's like, if I were to die, don't worry, I don't like you.
That is kind of what it's. What did Garl mean?
Garl meant that friends are something that once you reach a certain point, you always carry with them in your heart.
That's so sweet. That's
Like
not what it sounded like at all.
Not at all what it sounded like.
Garl is not a wordsmith. Also, Garl's just realizing that with her memory problems and her habit of burying things for later, there might be a lot of things buried in around the house now that she has completely forgotten about. That's where my spare toothbrushes went.
But in all seriousness, you all meet up post-salon, post-Garl convo. Gwendolyn and Elisandra are heading back home to do some work around the house together.
Can I ask Elisandra one more question
Yes.
before we part ways?
Go for it.
Elisandra, if there was a way to stop the creation of the Baba Yaga in the first place, is that something you'd want?
Honestly, Nimbus, as much pain and suffering as it caused me and that I caused because of the Baba Yaga, and she just kind of like pulls you a little bit closer, it also brought us together, and I wouldn't want to change that for anything.
Okay, I had been worried about that. I was worried about finding myself in that situation and trying to guess at what you'd want, and I'm
Just kisses
glad
you.
that I have your input. I kiss her back.
Don't even get to finish the sentence, just... Yeah.
Alright, I love you. I love Gwendolyn. Hopefully this ritual will be a smashing success, and we will come back with the information about how to kill a god, and we will kill him and live happily ever after.
I believe in you. If anyone can do it, it's you. And she gives you another kiss.
Thank you. Alright,
Aye.
let's go kill a god!
Yeah.
Yeah!
You just hear that from down the street. Oh, Carl's coming.
So, my friends, League of Amazing Adventurers, countrymen and women, and they thems,
Teehee.
we have ourselves I need
A
to-
ritual.
a ritual to do. I have to refresh my Roll20 because I had it popped out and I closed it trying to share it with you all.
Then we derailed it with salons and
Hello.
Bow.
explosion
So, y'all
packs.
should see Ritual
Croissant.
of Temporal Disjunction up on the page.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
lovely.
Oh, I thought that religion was one of these checks, and it's not. That's
Should-
unfortunate.
It should be.
It's not.
Oh, sorry. I'm stupid.
That's okay.
No, I had this as GM notes until recently, and I copy and pasted it, but I didn't copy religion somehow.
Ah,
Oh, look, religion's available.
there we go.
Oh, nice.
I fixed it. I'm smart.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of me too. But you have this lovely ritual here. You have the gold cost for it. You just need a room, but you have many rooms where you can go cast this ritual. You could do it at Lynx's lab, at Cassandra's home, although that would risk Abigail jumping in with you all.
Oh, yeah.
She is a precocious young girl.
She likes adventure. She has a taste for it.
She
I
likes
do
adventure
vote
in the Great
we
White
leave
Summer.
her with Gwendolyn and Alessandra.
Yes. Yes.
I believe they can handle her.
Yeah. Gwendolyn is more than happy to look after her.
And Alessandra?
Alessandra is hesitant,
Oh.
just because she knows her track record with children.
Yeah.
Hey, Channel Boots, thanks for the follow.
Oh, thank
Wow.
you.
We love seeing that frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but we have a level 20 ritual to do, my friends. So Abigail's going to be staying with
Oh,
Alessandra and
what do you
Gwendolyn.
say? Let's go to Lynx's lab.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Sure, you don't want to go to Chip's office?
I mean, yeah, we can go to Chip's office.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
I mean, if you want to.
Oh, let's have Chip come with us. Sometimes I just like to say things just to see the look on Matt's face.
That is a common thing in my friend group. Apparently, I am a fun reaction gif.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
It is fun to fuck with you slightly.
What is it about me? What is it about me?
It is
Who's
Memeable.
rolling stuff for this one?
well,
Just the gold, I think.
yes. It is a DC 40.
Oof. Okay.
It's a
In that case, who is rolling checks?
I can roll religion for the.
Well, anyone who wants to time travel has to participate, so everyone would need to participate.
Oh, okay.
Guidance
Well,
is around the table.
yeah, for real.
Why not?
Yeah.
Garl is also going to do a thing because I don't think this ever comes up. Garl is going to use Zealous Conviction and give everyone 12 temporary hit points in case we need to survive some
Nice.
damage. And +2 bonus to will saves against mental effects. Though you got to do the thing I think Garl tells you to do.
Mm.
You bypass
Garl.
your target's rational minds, instilling with them an unshakable conviction and zeal. The targets each gain 12 temporary hit points and a +2 status bonus to will saves against mental effects as their faith over blah blah blah. If you tell a
Saying it
target
that
to do
way.
something, it must comply with your request. Though it would be normally fine the task repugnant, it can attempt a will save.
I think
Well-
that specific aspect of the heroic presence feat is negated for, like, the human ancestry heroic present feat.
I just can't believe Garl is playing Simon Says with us.
And Garl just says, "Be your best selves."
Oh,
Aw.
You get 10 hit points to that effect.
no, I don't think I will.
Make a will save. If you find being your best self repugnant.
I'm gonna throw this in
Repugnant.
there
Repugnant.
just in case. And honestly, I don't think I've ever used this. I don't even know if this is going to apply, but I'm gonna throw it out there just to see if that helps with anything.
You're
Oh
not
wait,
following-
crafting is one of the checks I can make.
you're
Never mind, I'm not worried
following-
anymore.
You're not following an expert, so it's not going to help you in this one. Sorry.
Magic Rider might, though.
Magic Rider would.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Take what I can.
It's a
I'll
40,
be fine
you
to
say?
make a religion. Yeah.
I would need a natural 17 for my Arcana to help.
Oh, Jesus.
Successfully.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, secondary casters only provide a bonus to the primary
Ooh.
casters, so...
Well, that's
Okay,
great.
I'm definitely a secondary caster then.
Yeah.
And I have to participate. Is a failure going to be a negative, or does failure just not help?
A failure does not help, a critical failure is a negative.
Okay, that's fine then. I can probably at least fail without critically failing.
Rolls of
Yeah,
one.
since I'm gonna be using a performance check, I'm gonna
Oh.
throw this in there too, just in case.
Okay.
Well, I'm using
Well,
a hero point right off the bat
let's
because that's a
hold-
natural, too.
Look, let's hold off, friends. I've not
Oh,
asked
okay.
for any
Fair.
rolls yet.
Mm.
We are going to begin the magical ritual. We're going to start with our secondary casters. Link, Scarl, and Nimbus. Who would like to roll first?
I will roll, holding my
Roll.
58 up in the air.
Please roll now that I've asked you to roll.
Fuck.
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's
Well,
coming
that
up
means that I
linked.
also get to re-roll, so I'll
McKenna,
re-roll next.
Nimbus, roll your religion. Success.
There we go. I will take a 41.
Garl.
Garl tries to listen to whispers coming from the crystals, and their advice isn't always the best.
And you get a +1 from guidance.
Thank you. I didn't critically fail. 29.
I think you
I
did.
think that
You
is a
did.
critical failure, bestie.
I thought it was a 40. Oh wait,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. What did I actually roll? I will hero point
29.
that because that was a 5.
Rolls a
Ooh,
1.
Okay, okay.
Don't manifest that will.
You've got this. I hope it's a 10, buddy.
After Monday, I feel like I need to.
Now
Wow!
There you
Now
go.
it's a 30, so now it's still a critical
Oh.
fail.
Fuck.
it's a 30. Damn it.
So
Does
Abby,
my,
you will
what
have.
about
you
my
will-
crit success? Does
you
that
will-
make up for it?
You will have a +2 to this roll.
Awesome. And then an extra +1 from guidance.
hmm So you have a +3.
And- Do I get another extra +1 for virtuosistic performer?
You have a
Virtuosic Performer.
Virtuosity performer wouldn't work for this.
Darn it.
You have
Alright.
You have a +3.
Yeah.
Mm,
What happened?
Bestie, what is your
What
performance
happened?
modifier?
That is
Uh,
not a right roll.
Uh,
Wow, I love 1d20 CS d20 CF1
That
plus
is-
Cassandra performance proficiency display, Cassandra performance,
What?
Cassandra text modifier plus Cassandra query roll bonus.
I do think that
don't
means
know
that she
what.
rolls a 16. But what
Yes.
is your performance modifier?
31.
Oh, okay, then we're fine.
Whew,
The
I don't know
fuck?
what happened there.
That's weird.
Oh, second. Did it do it again? No,
Uh,
that time.
This
that
time it rolled correctly.
That time it rolled correctly.
Yeah.
Weird. All right, but you rolled.
Oh, but when I press it,
What are you pressing?
Oh, that's fucking weird. She's just pressing performance.
I don't like
Oopsie,
this.
oopsie.
Give me 1
Oops.
second.
Ignore that. Ignore
Oh,
that.
Lynx, what the heck? I only have one good
Lynx
eye
just
left.
hauls off and decks somebody
Oh.
mid-ritual.
Cassandra, perform
Okay,
better.
Cassandra, click performance one more time. I want to just fix this.
Okie dokie. Is it letting me now?
Ignore, you actually typed ignore that.
Yeah?
Ignore that.
Ignore me.
Is it
Sometime-
not letting me press it at all now?
Nope.
Refresh roll 20.
She
There
did
we
it.
go.
There we go.
Well, I clicked on it that time.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you can see Will there.
Well, I'm just going to refresh roll 20. and
Yeah,
hope for the
refresh your
best.
roll 20. But either way, you did succeed.
Woo!
You did not critically
Let's
succeed.
do the time warp again.
Well, because 16, that would be
16,
47?
48,
plus
49, 50. Oh, never mind. You did
3
critically
is 50
succeed.
plus 9. Yeah.
Slay.
Hey, that is a critical success. So you are all teleported through space and time. For a few moments, the ritual feels like it's fizzled, like nothing happens. But then the gold around you all begins to dissolve and turn into a whirling tornado of almost bronze, silvery dust. And you get pulled into this like pinprick of a space, and you feel yourself rushing through space and time. Whilst you're doing so, you see a number of things along basically the edges of time. So you see a whole bunch of those hounds of Thanatos that you once fought in the Magicguard Wastes, basically running free throughout the time stream, and a number of other strange time creatures doing so as well. When that moment is past, you all find yourselves in a closet.
Oh, god damn it, not this again.
It is filled with beautiful clothing, and upon looking at Cassandra, something is strange. Because her hair was dyed shortly, but it does not look as though it was dyed. It looks as though it's her natural color once again. Her skin, the makeup, like as like Garl is like rubbing, like you're cramped in this closet, Garl moves like a bicep, and it like rubs Cassandra's face. It should rub off some of that makeup, but her complexion doesn't change.
I'm
Uh,
alive!
And
How do we have...
Cassandra,
Oh,
for the remainder, of the time travel section, if you look in your journal, you'll see a character sheet named Cassandra Past.
Different.
Now
Different.
I look forward to seeing the character sheet entitled Garl Hungry.
Oh.
You're not you when you're hungry, Garl.
All of your ancestry and skill feats, etc., are the same. In general feats, they're all the same. But the class feats and the class has changed.
What's the class? What's the class, Cassandra?
Good question. I don't know how to read it. Oh shit! I'm a sorcerer.
Oh,
Ooh, greater
specifically-
bloodline. What's that?
Specifically, the Imperial Bloodline Sorcerer.
oh, look at you, Fancer.
Oh.
You got.
But
These are
Yes.
all words, that's for sure.
Cassandra, as you've all landed in time, something doesn't feel right. Like, you physically don't feel right.
Oh.
You're not sickened or anything, but, like, your magic feels off. Everything feels strange and different. What do you do?
Oh wow, I'm looking at my spells real quick. Oh my god. I just turned to Garl and said, I feel weird.
Can we see in this closet? Like, what's the light source?
It's just dark in the closet.
Oh god, am I stabbing anyone with my crystals?
Yes.
Now I'm in the
decidedly.
closet. Now I'm in the
Well,
closet.
I think it's time we got out of the closet.
Yeah, do you open the door?
Agreed. I'll go first.
I
Just in
was
case.
gonna say it's 2023, but we actually went
I
into the
pull out my
past. So
Beretta.
So I'll pull out my Beretta.
You pop open the door and you see a beautiful room in front of you. It has like a princess style 4-post bed in the middle of it with like this like beautiful like perfectly white linen and satin sheets. There's like a small desk and a large like wardrobe and dresser, a whole bunch of crystals lining the top of the wardrobe. A very large balcony that's basically showing you flying above a massive city. The city itself is absolutely gorgeous. There are buildings here that are reaching up into the sky that are just below you that must be hundreds of stories tall. The centerpiece of this city, though, is a massive iron structure, a tower that is a marvel to look at, a beautiful piece of architecture. It basically is like a 4-pointed tower that leads up into a single point that has like an observatory at the top of it. As you exit the closet, a small ball rolls towards you, Cassandra.
Oh. I'll look at it.
As you look at
Where did it come from?
a illusionary face appears on the ball.
Oh.
Lady Cassandra, I trust your nap was good?
Yes, very. Thank you for asking.
Excellent. Thank you for not flinging me off the balcony today. Here is your treat. And a number of the balls roll in with like these like cute little cucumber sandwiches and teas.
Oh, I love cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah. Crusts have
As
been
you
cut
should.
off. Looks great. Lady Cassandra, you have guests. When did they enter the airship? I will need to tell Master Agnathon.
I'm just going to grab this little thing, just gently but firmly.
Oh, no, Raggy sent them.
Raggy.
Oh,
Raggy?
excellent. Then I will not need to alert them.
Exactly. Speaking of, where is he right now?
Master Agnathon has remained closed off in their lab. They are currently working on the Lenses of Creation project to bring ruin to the society currently here, before they can expand and take over the remaining continents and rest of the world.
Right on schedule then.
Yes. And of course, you know, after that your honeymoon will begin.
Of course, yes. Looking forward to it. Could you leave us
Of course.
for just a moment? Thank
It
you
tries
so
to
much.
like roll out of Garl's hands, but it's just like in Garl's hands rolling in midair.
Nice.
It's like a
Kill
Roomba.
Bill silence.
Yeah.
Going off.
Carl just kind of looks, waiting for a nod from Cassandra.
I want to be a Roomba.
It's like a Roomba. but like-
Once they're all out of the room, I will turn right to Garl and say, whatever I say to Ragnathon or about Ragnathon while we're here, just ignore it. I don't mean it. You are my love.
Garl has the rage class feature. I mean, hypothetically, what would happen if I ripped his head off while we were here?
I don't know. What would happen?
Well,
I mean,
would
other than me
say
giggling.
Potentially, neither you nor Nim nor Lynx may exist.
But would the
Oh,
world be
God.
saved?
The world would be saved. I mean, we could kill him before he destroys the Magiscard non-wastes, the Magiscard lands, before he was a god.
Callan.
I mean, he would be easier to kill.
Would he?
What was it that your little friend was saying though about? I guess I don't think that I was aware that the lenses of creation were used to destroy a civilization that was planning on world domination. I think that tidbit was left out. Cassandra, you have your memories back. Please.
I mean,
I'm a bit scuttled.
that was current events, but I can what's the word? Provide some clarity. So, the First Great War happened when the society that once made up the Magiscard Wastes, whose name had now long since been lost. Whilst that society had been at its height, it was going to basically take over the world. It had advanced with magical technology far beyond the other civilizations, and it had advanced to the point where basically it was going to, as Axion said, just use their magical technology and their advancements to gain dominance over the world and share their prosperity, but control the world completely.
Yeah.
In addition to that, they are a society that, as Axion had said, largely didn't look at divine magic as a not ethical, but good source or a good thing. Axion's weird for being so welcoming to Nethys. These people are very much anti-divine magic.
I mean, there's a lot of things to weigh here, because theoretically we could save the entirety of the Magiscard Kingdom, possibly hundreds of thousands of lives. But also, if they succeeded at their plan of world domination, who knows how many hundreds of thousands of lives that they could potentially take.
I guess we should probably just stick to the plan. I'm sorry for always defaulting to murder.
That's okay. That's okay, Garl. It's a good thought, but I think for simplicity's sake, perhaps we just stick to the plan. Cassandra, do you want us to come with you in some regard, as, I don't know, posed as a handmaiden, or, I don't know, do you think you'd be better off by yourself?
I think, at least when I'm talking to him, I should go alone. But it would be nice to have you all nearby.
Yes, I would love to send something to scry along with you, but I'm a little concerned that anything I send with you would be perceived in some way and then put you in danger.
Question. Would I know if they have owls in this city? That are just flying around?
I mean, owls exist. At this
But would there be a
altitude,
reason for an
No.
owl like Merle to be on this airship?
there would
Yeah.
not be.
Dang.
Yeah.
Owls exist.
And at this altitude, an owl, Merle's not having an easy time breathing.
Oh, Pet Cash! Pet
Merle
Cash
is-
him now!
If Merle is having a hard time breathing, then we're all having a hard time breathing. If there's no pressurized air system on this airship, then we're all fucked. So what is Merle having an
there's-
issue with the altitude, or is there something else on the ship that Merle is having an issue with?
Merle is having a hard time breathing and existing on the ship. Cassandra will remember that as basically a pest control device that has been installed
Oh gods.
that causes a fair amount of pain to animals.
Oh, Merle, sweet baby, you should have told me. Yeah,
I'm
she pet
telling you
caches
now.
him immediately. And
That
Cassandra,
sounds nice.
you maybe might have warned me about that. Is there anything else about this ship that you might recall?
It's very high up.
So true.
Gathered.
Yeah, like the people below you look like ants. Actually, everyone make me a perception check.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Cassandra, what do your elf eyes see?
Ooh, I see
Just
nothing.
because I want to make sure I always get to
46.
use it.
Ooh.
Constant true sight.
So, Lynx, Nimbus, and Garl, the three of you can actually see a couple of things of interest. Number one, the very large building, the Magistguard Wastes that you all went into, that lab, you can see what appears to be the full version of that building.
Neat.
Fully upright in there. And Garl and Nimbus, the 46s, that's enough. You can actually like make out some like the figures going into the building, and like the robes that Axion was wearing. You physically see Axion entering that building.
What a crazy random happenstance.
The time is coming.
Your mic is not picking you up, Nimbus.
I was just repeating what Cassandra said. The time is coming.
The end is nigh.
The end
The
is
time
nigh.
draws near.
All right, Cassandra, go to him.
All right. Okay, okay.
I'm sorry, but that is actually like from a romance thing. Go to him
Go to him.
now before
Go
he's
to
gone
Said
forever.
the least romantic context possible.
Go to him. Oh,
Cassandra gives
go to
herself like one last poof 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 in the mirror to make herself presentable. She's like, okay, gotta get into more bitchy mode.
Yes.
She starts scowling and she
Oh,
starts
she's
marching
serving.
down the hall like a
Nice.
queen.
As you're marching down the hall towards Ragnafon's lab, you eventually make it to the doorway. It opens up for you, and you see basically standing at a table working on something with some magical device is Ragnathon in their human form. They are a young man, 25 years old at this point. They have completely like silvered hair though that's been slicked back and tied up into like a little bit of a man bun.
Gross.
They're in like this like wonderful like white dress shirt that has like oil and like magical residue all over it, that they have like the sleeves rolled up on one of them, but one of the arms is down. They have a variety of like cups throughout this like lab area that are half filled with coffee. And yeah, you just see them kind of working as if they've just been working all night again, which they usually do recently.
Cassandra's like, all right, we're getting into character. Let's fucking go. As she walks up behind him, she slowly puts her arms around his waist and, darling, have you been up all night again?
As you put your hands onto him, there's like a solid like moment of just him freezing. And then he like turns to face you. Yes, I apologize, my little prize. And he like goes and he just like takes his hand and like runs it down your cheek.
You a man.
I was just about to say that.
I apologize, my little prize, but
No, hear that.
in a few more
Cassandra's like,
in but a few more days we shall be able to enjoy each other fully. And he's just like holding his hand against your like cheek and like chin.
no need to apologize, my dear. I know your work is so important.
Yes, it's going to change the world and raise your status even higher than it was before. And he goes in for a kiss.
Let's fucking go! Mwah!
Make me a
Yeah!
Make me a deception check.
Let's see if this Cassandra is as good at deception as the other Cassandra.
You fake it till you make it.
Yay!
yeah. Woohoo!
Make him believe you love
Ooh.
him. Mmm.
But
So mean.
Would this Cassandra like know that he's going to this library to talk to this god to figure out how to kill a god?
that's probably already happened at this point, almost.
Oh, it's probably already
Yeah,
happened.
he has those notes, though. You do know about them.
Cool.
He's never shown you the
Um.
notes because he did promise to keep it a secret, but...
Okay.
Yes, it's the research is coming along. I've almost finished channeling the ritual into the lenses of creation, and you see laid out behind him, basically stacked on this table, are the lenses of creation. And you see basically the glass has been carved into it with the holy symbol of Eredin. Eredin's sacrifice will not be in vain, and we will be able to harness their power to take the threat to humanity away.
Darling,
Yes,
why don't we take just an hour,
now?
just the two of us,
Oh,
to
Make-
celebrate us getting this far?
Make me a diplomacy check.
I'm trying to give y'all an opportunity to search the room for the notes for the god killing. Come on, let's go. Oh, not bad.
This work is very important. It could lead to the rescue of the world, but I am but a man. I have my weaknesses.
oh my goodness. How like a man.
I can't wait till you guys kill this fucker.
Yeah, me neither. I'm so excited.
Perhaps
I'll take it.
perhaps a
Put my
short,
thumbs in his eyes.
Ew! I love it.
Perhaps a short week. Perhaps a short meal together.
Sounds wonderful.
All right, here. Let's.
I will. I'll take him by the hand,
All right.
The hand.
and
Now,
I will.
I
Hope that
must.
they get the memo.
I must say, dear, I cannot be distracted for too long, so this will just be a meal.
Of course, I understand. Anything for the work.
He really said no dicking.
Yes, he did.
She wasn't gonna come anyway.
And yeah. You take him. Where do you take him to? Are you going to head to like the commissary on this airship? Are you going to head to his place, your room? You both do have separate rooms.
Of course we do.
Yes. Technically speaking, the two of you are married, but you haven't like made the marriage official yet.
Oh, you've not
Fair,
consummated the marriage.
Like, there's
We were all thinking you didn't have to say it.
God, that's why he's
Ew.
so obsessed with her.
My
He's been
Christ.
blue-balled for 4 centuries. Come on.
I hate it here.
I think I will take him to his room
All right.
and order the robots to bring us a fantastic meal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
His room is a mess. It is. There's clothing
Why do I
on
find
the
that so
floor.
funny?
There is like the wastebasket is overflowed with trash and like trash wrapping papers of like
Trash.
yeah
and
trash
wow.
like wrapping papers of like protein bars and like tissues and the
I mean,
such.
like surrounds himself with like.
Issues.
You know, if I have any idea beforehand that his room is gonna be like this, I'll take him to mine instead.
We're in there, bitch.
Wait, you guys are still in there? I thought you followed me down the hall.
No.
No, babe, we're
Never
looking.
mind.
Yeah,
All right, we're going to his room.
it's there. Like
His
the
musty,
desk is
stinky
cluttered.
room.
There's like several like stacks of plates on the desk that are like unwashed. It smells like aerosolized odor killer. It's like Axe body spray.
Amazing.
I'll give the robots an evil glare that says "straighten up."
The robots start madly cleaning. Whilst you're in there, a table is brought in for the two of you, as well as 2 chairs. And your
And yeah,
meal is beginning to be served. While that's happening, let's jump back to the rest of the team.
yeah. Is our
Serve.
psychic link still going? Because if it is, I'll be like, "Now's your chance." Search his lab.
I did not cast telepathy. Did you
Hot
want me
damn.
to have?
It sounds
Probably,
like you didn't,
yeah.
It sounds like you didn't cast telepathy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't
Like,
worry.
you
Garo
could
will
message
use the
us on the
power
way.
of love to communicate with her.
Do you have message, Cassandra?
Oh God, in this state, do I? I was gonna say, yeah, of course I have message now. I'm like, oh God, do I have message?
I think I get
Yes, I have message.
Yay!
Just make sure to cover your mouth.
I'll make it like a. Head to the lab.
Fair enough. You do
Right.
so. Nimbus, you
We got
get
a lot
that
to search.
thing. So, Nimbus, Cooper, Nimbus, Lynx, and Garl.
Nimbus
If-
Cooper.
Nimbus Cooper, yes. Nimbus, Lynx, and Garl. You find yourself in Cassandra's room. She had left some time ago. You receive a message, Nimbus, telling you to get to the lab with no direction.
Great. Great.
So, what would you like to do?
Are any of the robots still in the room with us?
There are some robots not in the room, but they are all just sort of like milling about.
I'll pull one aside and say, excuse me, Lady Corellia has asked us to meet her in the lab. Could you show us the way?
Yes, please, follow me. And the robot
Thank
just
you.
starts rolling down the hallway.
Actually, I'm so
Rolling
sorry. I don't mean to
around
pull you
and
from your task. Could you just give us the directions and we'll find our way
Oh,
there?
yes, of course. You're going to go down the hall, take the first left, go down that hall, take the second right, and then you'll be right in front of the lab.
First left, second right. Thank you very much.
No worries. Back to my duties. And it starts rolling the other way.
All right, first
for
left,
him.
second right. Let's go.
You all make your way to the lab. The door is there. It is in front of you. It's like a sliding door that has like a little latch on it. He did
Detect
not.
magic.
The door is magical.
Is there a lock
Kind
on
of
it?
magic.
It is abjuration.
I'm gonna stand all the way down the hall and use Mage Hand to try and open it.
Yeah. The door opens.
I have an
Fishy.
important question
Fishy.
before we get into a situation that we may need to extricate ourselves from quickly. How do we get back? Does this ritual have like a timed element to it, or are we gonna have to cast it again?
The ritual has a timed element. So once
How
the
long?
ritual has expired, it is 24 hours. So you have to basically, you will be in the past
Ooh,
for
okay.
24 hours. Which,
Okay.
if based on the timing you're at right now, leaves you leaving just before.
Great. Excellent.
Very,
Excellent.
very cinematic.
Okay.
Garl is also at this moment just quickly going to tap her heels together and cast Longstrider for the next hour. Assuming that
heart.
doesn't set off
However,
a magic
That's the
alarm.
thing. With the ritual, you do all need to be back together in those 24 hours.
Oh.
We're
Okay,
not?
that's
Cassandra,
kind
go
of
for
giving
a
red
bathroom
flag,
break
actually.
in exactly 23 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Gotcha.
But in all seriousness, as we continue,
Yeah. Let's just go in.
I
I don't-
go
Nim,
in-
if I may,
Of course.
I was just going to say, Garl steps in front of you. And then we
As
open
you're
the door.
going down the hallway, if the mage hand isn't actively holding the door open, the door does close, but once you get in front of the door, the magic triggers and it opens.
Oh. Okay.
It's a automatic
Alright.
door.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um.
And the lab is a mess. Coffee cups, beakers, Bunsen burners. Like, they left a Bunsen burner on.
Terrible.
is
With,
not
Sinful.
safe.
with nothing over it.
That's not how Bunsenberg works.
Lenses of creation. Just on the table with, like, magic runes scribed into them and things working.
But we're looking for notes, right?
You're looking for notes.
Oh, how to kill a deity.
Though, out of curiosity, Will, is there anything lying around that looks like it's not actively being used that is interesting?
There's a couple of things. There's like a very interesting set of magical tools for artificy that's not being used right now, but he was just using it to basically carve the runes into the lenses. It does look like it's done, like they're done now. In addition to that, there is what appears to be a drum, basically set up in the corner. Just a single drum that has...
Now, do you mean a musical instrument drum or a drum of...
Yeah, a
like,
musical
okay.
instrument drum that has some like arcane
Like the instrument of
scribble-
woe?
Yes.
Yeah.
That has some arcane scribbles on it. Basically a note that says failed, flawed relic, do not use, dispose of.
It occurs to me, probably even if we find something cool, we probably shouldn't take it. Butterfly effect and all that jazz.
Of course, of course.
So true.
All right, what we have to do to search for these notes? What do we got to roll?
It'd be perception.
Can I make a religion check to see if I see any sort of symbols or names of deities that I might know?
Yes.
Anything that sticks out to me.
You can make that religion check. Garl with the 43. Religion with the 53.
It's a 19.
There is, tucked away in the corner of the room, it looks like a small sort of Desnan stand that's been put there. And it looks like it was basically, like, there's like a small set of idols of each of the gods, and it looks like they had were being studied.
Oh, gods.
Yeah, gods.
You do see, like, the Desnan, like a Desnan butterfly on, like, a chess piece, basically.
So that means that they were all being researched and considered for
Do you do anything
the
with that?
sacrifice. Well, I don't want to touch anything.
Okay.
But if it leads me to any more information about how they were going to kill them...
There are, like,
Then-
notes written on the piece itself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm reading those notes.
You'd have to pick it up
I'm just
to see
doing-
them all, is what I'm saying, though. So are you going to pick it up?
Okay, well then I'm going to be very careful about, like, looking at the way it's laid out before I pick it up.
Yeah, you pick it up, and as you pick it up, Nimbus, there is a warmth that you feel.
Okay.
And then a simple voice in your head.
Shit.
Strange. Nimbus, you shouldn't be here yet.
I'm making an excursion.
Well,
If you happen to know where any relevant... I hate to put it to you this way, but deicide information might be in this room.
I have never researched the like, I'm afraid. Although, Nimbus, I know you're quite devoted, but traveling through time, that's taking a step far even for you, I think.
Is it?
Well, not in a bad way, but I'm just... You're the first one. I'm very proud.
Oh.
Oh. I'm the first follower of the goddess of travel to time travel?
Yes.
Oh. How exciting.
Yes, but
Oh.
there are dangers to time travel, Nimbus. You must be weary.
I'm trying to be very careful.
Yes, please be on the lookout for Aeons. They are the keepers of time. They will, and then the connection gets severed.
Ooh.
But, Garl, with that 43 perception, there aren't any notes about it here. It looks as though it's just like mechanical notes of like how to activate the lenses of creation in relation to it, but there's no sort of notes on the deicide, on the ritual to empower something to be able to just kill a deity here.
Can I see with my true sight any hidden little like wall safes or compartments that are magically concealed?
Yes.
Admittedly, if it was just like a panel, I would.
There is a wall safe that is magically concealed. It's open. It's just like a sliding drawer.
Oh, there's nothing in it then?
No, there is stuff in it. If you open it up, inside of it is a lock of Cassandra's hair. And as well as what would have been her favorite flower. But the
I'm
hair...
gonna try and memorize that favorite flower.
The hair is like
but-
tied around the flower. But it's like tied near the bulb, so like if someone was to smell the flower, it'd get like a little bit of the hair scent.
So nothing over here, guys.
This notebook that I'm holding, is there any relevant information in it?
So it's not a notebook. It is like the gods themselves, like they're like little chess pieces, have notes on the side, and each one of them is basically like this is what this god is in charge of. Contact failed or succeeded, and then why they basically said no to sacrificing themselves to stop this war. And then
Interesting.
yeah.
What does Desna say?
Desna's said contact not able to reach due to of too low of a connection to the plane. Not enough people follow Desna at this point in history to easily contact her.
Were there any of the gods that he made contact with besides Aaron?
Yes, there are a few of them actually. Zonkathon offered them basically a deal where he would gain access to any of the souls that were captured to be used, as well as any of the souls from the mortal lives that he saved post-death. So basically everyone would have become a Zonkathon Knight had he taken this deal. Asmodeus tried to trick them, as Asmodeus does. Abadar put the cost far too high for their liking. Who was the last one that they met with? Caden had no interest. Being such a young god, he didn't want to give up his divinity yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So is the Eridan piece on the board?
There is no Eridan piece.
Oh, interesting.
It is interesting.
Is there a missing piece?
It doesn't look like there's a space set aside for it, but yes, it could be what you gather from that.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
There is no, the way they're displayed, there is no hole for an Eridan piece. But if he's keeping the records in a similar manner, there probably is an Eridan piece somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Carl
I'm
starts
just
looking under the
wondering if all of the spaces are filled in on the board, are they all filled in with the correct pieces, or is there a pawn where the rook should be?
Oh, they're all filled in with
Something
the
to
correct
indicate
pieces.
what piece might have been used.
They are all filled in with the correct pieces.
Okay.
Whilst in this lab, there is a number of other things that you all find. As you're looking about links, you see an alchemical apparatus.
Oh.
That basically has a number of magical scrolls wrapped around the pipes that cause the fluids to go through. And it looks like those magical scrolls are infusing spells into the alchemical liquid.
Bad. I want to take a look at this.
Yeah.
And compare it to me and my protege's findings over the last little while.
Yeah, make me a crafting check.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your findings have basically begun setting up the possibility of it, right? So you've gone to the point in your research where it was possible, where this is something that's definitely possible. We just have to figure out how to mechanically do it, and the apparatus in front of you is how you would mechanically do it.
We love that.
I
want to take design notes.
Yeah. Make me another crafting check. Let's see how thorough.
Yeah. Craft anything. Craft anything.
I love you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to get a very thorough design, basically, of the apparatus.
Excuse me.
Cassandra, we're going to jump back to you as they're all searching the lab. So, Cassandra, you have found yourself in Ragnathon's room. They're sitting there. They're sitting for the meal. They're just kind of eating, looking at you every now and then. So, dear, how are you enjoying the amenities on the ship? I do apologize that they are not as opulent as what you're used to, but I did my best.
Do not worry. All I really need is your presence, my dear.
Oh,
you're such a good girl.
Cassandra.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, and they're kind of finishing up their thing, I mustn't let you distract me for too much longer. We have a world to save, after all, my love.
Speaking of, I do hope I'm taking enough interest in your work.
Oh, there's no need for you to have interest in my work, little butterfly. It is far above you.
Still, I would like to learn a little bit.
Make me diplomacy check.
Please, diplomacy, please. Don't fail me now.
Well, I suppose, but if you get too confused, let me know.
Of course.
Wow.
I hate him.
Wow.
I hate him. I hate him.
How did you shtup this man, Cassandra?
I hate him.
I wish I knew. I think even with her memory back,
Yeah, like
she blocked that out.
Cassandra's a very different person when she was younger.
It's true. I grew a lot.
Her standards were so low.
She's just trying to piss off her parents.
But in all seriousness, he begins to basically explain what he's doing. Yes, tomorrow I'll be using the lenses of creation to magnify the results of a ritual that I learned from Eridan themselves on how to channel divine power through the lenses and use its properties to create mass destruction. Now, on top of that, my dear, this is a little fun thing for you and you alone. She just kind of boops you on the nose. I've found a way for us to siphon a little bit of the power from that ritual and disaster that will cause to ourselves.
Really?
Yes. Should allow us to, the two of us, to obtain a certain level of divinity.
That's incredible.
And then we would be together forever. Until the
I
end
would
of
want
time
nothing
itself.
more.
Nor would I, love.
What else? Would it be too much for me to ask, what is this ritual? What did the god tell you?
Well, I promised them not to say, but they're dead now. There's not much they could do about it. I fear you may not understand. It is quite complex magically speaking, but
Still, hearing you talk about something you're passionate about, it's...
Such a turn on.
Yeah.
he just kind of like smiles at you. Well then, he walks into his closet. He opens it up. He like climbs up, grabs like a small box, opens up, and there's like this small black book. Well then, I suppose while I get back to work, and he hands you the book, you can familiarize yourself with the ritual. Perhaps learn a thing or two. If there's anything that is confusing, we can speak about it once this is all said and done, and he just like runs his hand against your face again. I can take all the time in the world to teach you.
I hate him. I hate him so
Sounds wonderful. Dream come true.
Kiddos.
Well,
Growing pain behind my eye.
I mustn't be away from my work for too long.
Of course, I understand. I'll hug the book close to my chest like it's so precious.
And as he's like walking out the door, he just like turns back and looks at you. I am so thankful the world gave you to me. You are my favorite possession. And he starts walking back towards the lab.
Message, abort, he's coming back to the lab, I've got the goods.
Abort,
God,
abort, abort!
I feel dirty playing this man.
Mayday, mayday, there are children on board! Abort!
Scoop.
Is there any windows in the lab?
There's like a wall of windows.
I'm gonna scoop my two
anything-
friends under my arms and leap out the window. Are we doing that?
Are we
If you
not?
can still fly, there's a balcony in Cassandra's room.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is we just
Okay.
Garl
is that a
can fly.
possibility? With so can Nim. We just
Yeah.
need to carry Lynx.
Lynx cannot.
We can carry you, babe. That's
You can do so
that's
many
what the
things.
bag of
Lynx.
holding is
Are you
for.
all
Oh, God.
are you all going to meet back up at Cassandra's room?
Yes.
All right, so you all make your way back there, and you're easily able to get in there without sort of any notice.
I resisted the urge to fart in the room before we left.
Proud of you.
Who knows what effect that might have had?
On the timeline, yes.
Right, the timeline.
The timeline. But What would you like to do? You're currently in Cassandra's room.
Did you learn anything, Cassandra?
The book. It's
The
in
book?
here. The book. It's in here.
We need to read it immediately.
As
Take
you
notes.
open the page, you go to open the book, and as you're turning the page stops.
Oh.
No! Wait! No! 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 Clean contents!
Lynx, you're able to glean the contents of it. But as this page has stopped, you all also are frozen in time for but a moment. As a creature, think of it as like a really messed up centaur with a big old scythe. Little travelers,
Don't like
you
that.
are playing with the timeline far too much now. And then there is a swing of the scythe, and a whole bunch of those hounds crawl out. I think it's time to begin a bit of a hunt. And then just for a moment, all of your vision goes black. And then it returns to you, and you are all in different parts. And you are all alone. There are people surrounding you. You're in this massive city, this massive futuristic city. You can see the huge building of that lab that you once had explored off in the distance, each of you. But you are now all in this different city. Time has resumed. And then there's just like a little message in your head. I think it'll be time for me to find all of you. I'll hold on to the book until I do. Let us begin a hunt.
How breakable did this guy's neck look?
Very.
Excellent.
But as our party finds themselves in a city in the past, separated, alone, being hunted by aeons, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay.
Okay.
I will meddle with whatever timeline Cassandra tells me to, and you can't stop me.
Bird.
But thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, and don't forget to come back next week to see what will be the exciting conclusion of this little time travel arc. I've been Will.
Cheeky little time travel.
We've been joined by Abby of Abby's World's the Stage, Cooper, McKenna Ray Art on TikTok, and Matt, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys.
Have a good night, everyone.